us a bit about your path from AHS to where you are now. What were some of the twists and turns your careers have taken?
Started a band in Mr. P's class during a fire drill with Jeff and some other people, and we played for a few years. When that band ended, kind of started trying to do like a solo project thing again.
So I went to VCU for 2 years. It was kind of tough because I was working. I was waiting tables at Ruby Tuesday and just making like no money. And then like the recession started and I started making like half that. And I was really busy with the band and everything. So I took a year off, and that year off just became 2 years and over. Yeah.
I got picked up to play in a band that was kind of like half in Charlottesville, half in Pennsylvania. Did that band for like 5 years, and it was like a crazy commitment. So with that band, we ended up playing some really good shows. We went to Indonesia and New Zealand for 6 weeks. Then that band broke up like right after for some reason. I still don't really know what happened there.
So I focused a lot on music for a while, and there was a moment where I thought I was done. Like I was talking to an Air Force recruiter. I was thinking about going in the Air Force.
When that band broke up, Jeff and I started a new project, Lolita, the current project, in Charlottesville. We'd been kind of writing during that whole last band's experience on the side and kind of like working on the songs. So once that ended, we decided to kind of do it for real and decided we wanted to start our band in New York, and grabbed a drummer from Charlottesville, and we all hauled on up to New York and gave that a go.
I started working in better restaurants and actually kind of fell in love with working in restaurants. So by the time I moved to New York, I had all this great restaurant experience. I've worked in some really cool places. I've done like wine rep jobs. I've done som jobs. I'm a bartender now at like one of the most prestigious bars in New York. So it's kind of been juggling all that and then all the band stuff. It's been kind of 50-50 between that.
You recorded your last album in Bali. How did you wind up there, and what was that experience like?
Will was in a band for a while. This is around the time that I thought I was going in the military. And they were based out of Pennsylvania.
We've been kind of like buddy band with over there. It's a band called Gugum Blues Shelter.
And they would come over to the States. We would help hook them up with shows or drive them around. Then they came up to New York one time. We had our own studio and we recorded one of their records in our studio. They just kind of kept spreading our name out there, and we ended up having this following, like 7,000 people on Facebook from Indonesia.
To record for like 5 weeks in a really nice studio in Bali was about the cost of what it would be like to record for 1 week in a good New York studio if we were to go to New York.
And we were about to follow through with it, and then this coronavirus stuff happens. It kind of canceled our plans a little bit. So we're going to go back out there again, hopefully.
What are your favorite and least favorite things about working as a musician in New York and LA?
I mean, my favorite thing is just, playing music. It's playing shows, especially like going on tour. If you're really close with your bandmates and you're on the road, I mean, as stressful as it can be and as much as you get each other's throats, it's still like the best time. Least favorite is definitely the fact that it's almost impossible to make money doing it.
When I first moved to New York, I got a job as like a part-time sound guy, but I was living $1,200 a month while paying $900 in rent.
It's like having a second job, but instead of getting a second income, you take half of your first income and just light it on fire, hoping that one day it's going to turn into a business.
What should young people know or be prepared for when getting started in the music industry?
It will never be easy. It gets easier at times, and when it does get easier, be suspicious because it won't stay easy for long.
If you want to be a musician, like professionally, first of all, you got to understand that you're looking at 10, 20 years of work if anything comes out of it. You have to understand that it's a really tough business and that most people aren't going to make it.
Another thing I'd say is business, understanding basic business ideas, and more so than ever, it's your own business now, from start to finish. Everybody wants to just do the creative part or the music part, but it's not what you sign up for, but it's a necessary evil.
Take us back to your days at AHS. What was high school like for you, and did it prepare you in any way for the work you're doing now?
It gave me stuff to write about as a musician. I think it was like 9th or 10th grade I started playing out at local venues. And, you know, I got the people that I was playing with came from the high school, and it created some really long lasting friendships.
So I pretty much immediately freshman year just threw myself into the theater department. It's weird because like I was in the school all the time, but like when you're in the drama department, like you're in the theater room and you're in the drama room and all that, you're like in a different world. So like I was always like away from the school as much as I could be. You know, I started doing improv, and then I got into forensics, and then I started working on the plays. I mean, I knew Will before, but like that's where like he and I became friends. And then one of our good friends, Carl Anderson, who's a really successful country folk musician in Nashville right now. So like the three of us became like really tight because of drama department.